Yo, what's up guys? New Leaf here with a new video. And today I'm talking about how you can rank up higher in Ranked Joust. Now, the number one tip I'm going to give you, the first tip is I'm going to ask you a question. Do you really want to rank up higher? Because if the answer is no, or you're not sure, or if it's not an enthusiastic yes, then you're not going to rank up higher. Because in order to rank higher in Smite, Ranked Joust, and in, any kind of ranked thing in general, is you got to really want it, because you'd be crazy to just play ranked and go through all that BM and stress just to get that right. I know that some people play ranked because they don't. I mean, they don't just want to rank higher, but they like the competition. Sure, that's great, but you know, you could just be playing normals because that's just as hard sometimes. Um, but that's besides the point. The first thing is, do you want it? Why do you want it? Do you want the rewards? Do you want recognition? Um, what is it? Okay. My second tip is queue with one other person. This other person has to have good vibes with you. You have to vibe well, and they have to be at the same skill level or a little bit higher. Because you don't want to be carrying two other people. That's not fun. Then it's really a grind. And you don't want to be so bad that you have to, you're getting carried, because you want to earn that, right? So queue with one other person who you vibe with really well, has a good attitude about the game, who doesn't really fault you just because you miss an ability or stops playing when you lose a game or two. That's really important. I mean, queuing with three people can sometimes be good, but it's harder because to coordinate with three people, and sometimes with three people there's like a someone might feel like the third wheel, or it's more complicated. Whereas with one other person, it's easier to coordinate. Like, hey, let's play some rank right now, easy, instead of like, oh, let's wait for this guy. He'll be here in an hour, whatever. Um, my other tip is realize that it is a grind. Like for most people, for me it was a grind, and I think for most people, it is a grind. I mean, we're not all masters, right? So I mean, to grind up, you're gonna have to deal with the losses, deal with the close games, the hard losses. But the more you play and you have that mindset that it is a grind, and you approach it like that, um, and your mindset is good, it'll do better for you when you want to rank up. Another tip is don't play too much, because you can play yourself out to fatigue, where you don't even know why you're playing anymore. You're thinking about what you want to eat for lunch or dinner, and it's just like this is the last thing on your mind. So play like 3 games, and then take a break for a week, 2 days, 3 days, whatever it is. Play when you're mentally ready and your body's ready, because when you're playing that ranked game, you want to be 100% focused on that game, and that's all, right? You want that tunnel vision for that game. Um, let's see another tip here. I mean, I would also say just play Smite, play a role that you're good with. If you're good with tanks, practice with tanks. If you're good with mages, practice only with mages, and so on and so forth with hunters, right? Because um, when I was ranking up, I only played tank, and I enjoyed it because I was confident that I could peel, that I could stay alive long enough so that I could help my teammates. But when you're switching roles and you're not getting comfortable, and it can have an adverse effect. So I would just say stick to one role when you play Ranked Joust. What else? I'm trying to think any ones that come on the top of my head. And easy as it sounds, just keep playing Smite. Even if you're playing Arena, even if you're playing Conquest, you're still getting practice with gods and confidence and abilities. So it still has an impact on you know, your Smite experience overall. Um, and also play normal Joust. Be okay with that. If you can't queue with your friend, play some normal Joust. Get used to the new map. Find out who he ricochets. Get used to the nuances. Understand about the meta of getting the buffs. Optimizing your strategy, right? I mean, this goes for pretty much any kind of ranked game, even in Smite with Duel and Conquest. So that's pretty much all of the tips I have. These are the tips that are going to make you, or at least help you, rank higher. If you can adhere to these or some of these, or at least think about them and approach rank that way, you will get better. So let me know in the comments below if these tips were good or helpful, or if you have any other tips that others could use that I didn't mention. And let me know how your rank grind is going. Are you doing good in Joust? What rank are you? Are you having trouble? Are you having trouble finding a partner? Or is it going terrible? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.